Good morning, friends. It's John Ryan here for Cross Shield Financial. Once again, I'm here with Rudy Upshaw. Rudy, I want to talk with you today and celebrate just a little bit. I just had my 50th birthday party, Megan and I. Thank you, sir. And everything relates to finances and to coaching with us. And so I just wanted to talk a little bit about what that means for me to turn 50 and some of the wisdom I've gained. Thoughts from my dad back in the day. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing great, John. Hey, and John, happy birthday, sir, to you. Oh my
Hey,
gosh.
thank you,
Fantastic.
thank you.
Yeah.
Um, It was a good one, Rudy. It just reminded me of, conversations that I had with my father, as he, you know, got towards the later stages of his life and some of the things that he taught me. I think you've heard my story. We didn't learn much about finance as kids. We grew up on that little dairy farm. And so we just learned to work. We learned how to work and to just get up every day and work, rinse and repeat, right? It was that simple thing. But I never forget the things that my dad said as we were actually going back and forth to doctor's appointments, helping him out really in the last few months of his life. And he told me that, he said, John, one of the things I did wrong is I tended to overextend myself, right? And he meant that he committed to too much. He just worked too much. He just never really got in front of things and made his life a little bit easier. We shared the idea that we should have taken more Saturdays off and just gone to an auction. We should have hung around a little bit more. And so I just think of that as I talk with my clients. And I just wanted to talk with you about it, Rudy. I know you're a little further down the trail than me. And I want to talk about what that means as we get older.
Oh, great. Well, great question. Again, happy birthday as well. It's a good time to reflect. John, you hit one of those major milestones, right? 50 is really kind of that midpoint for a lot of us. And I know you're going to live to you're probably 200 or 300 years old. So, you're
Yeah.
still an adolescent, so to speak. But no, these birthday milestones are really important for us because it gives us an opportunity to obviously reflect back, but also look ahead. And none of us know, only the good Lord knows kind of what our timeline will be. But when we hit those milestones, it really gives us an opportunity to say, okay, gosh, what do I want to accomplish? Right. The financial is a part of it because everything we do has a financial aspect to it. But it kind of it develops this sense of, oh goodness, I've got things that I want to do. I have dreams that I want to fulfill. So what do I need to do to change my behaviors, my patterns of thinking that I had getting to this point where I can maybe accelerate and accomplish those things that I really truly want to accomplish that God's put on my heart to do. So great time to reflect. And John, as we look back too, for me, I'm in my mid 50s, and I spent much of my earlier years not really thinking too much ahead of time, and probably delaying some things that I probably should have done early with my finances. And so, as I'm in my later years, I'm like, I have behaviors that I need help with adjusting, and I know that in order for me to do it as quickly as I want to, I need someone to help me through that process.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Thank
that's
you,
kind of
sir.
my perspective. So I hope that helps.
It does. It reminds me, one of the things I did learn from my dad was just the fact that as we get older, the thing that we want the most is we start to really realize we want to choose who we spend time with, right? We want to choose to be with our family. We want to be with the people that bring us joy and peace. And that was the thing that he admitted to me. It got away from him a little bit. He had to spend so much time working. I remember being, in my 40s, and seeing my dad still suiting up to go and milk cows on the weekend, and we finally kind of convinced him to back off and do maybe one and a half jobs instead of two. And he got to spend more time with us. But it is that financial component that no matter what, we have to address that if we want to spend more time with the people we love as we get older. We need to have that financial component taken care of because, like you said, only the good Lord knows when our time is up. And so if we can get on top of these things, and that's the wisdom we're sharing with younger folks, it's the wisdom we're sharing with folks our age, Rudy, is take care of business now because you're going to want to do the things you love. You're going to want to be with the people you love as you get older. And so I'll just never forget that.
Mm.
My dad telling me those things when it was really, sadly, it was a little bit too late for him, but I'll never forget.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And asking for help, John. The one thing that I've learned as I've kind of gotten into this season is, I don't know what I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's okay, number one. And it's actually very powerful to reach out to a financial coach, to
Yeah.
reach out to someone and say, hey, you know what? Here are my goals. I need some help, and I'm willing to submit myself to a different authority, an experienced, proven authority like yourself, John, as financial coach, to help me get those things accomplished much more quickly than what I can do on my own.
Yes. Thank you, Rudy. I appreciate that. And it's key too. I think back, my dad, I had never heard of a financial coach, right? What we do is, it's 25, 30 years old, this concept of helping people with this delicate thing in their life. So it is funny. My brothers and I have joked about that. Some of the moves that we saw our dad make, and he and my mom, they were amazing, loving. They did such a great job teaching us fundamentals. Just money just wasn't one of them. But we always joked that why wasn't so and so there to counsel my dad? Why wasn't the neighbor down the road that we knew understood money really well? How did our dad make some of these moves without, someone guiding and helping him? And it's true. He didn't ask. He didn't know to ask, probably was too proud to ask. And so you're absolutely right, Rudy. That's probably the best takeaway from this conversation is ask for help, accept it, and submit to that higher power, that higher authority. And so I love that we follow this wisdom from, it's all the way back to the Bible. This is the right way to do it with money, and the benefit is so powerful.
Fantastic, John. Thanks for having me today. This is a great conversation.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Happy birthday to me one more time.
One more time.
I'll talk with you
Woo!
soon,
All
Rudy.
right.
All right.
See you, John.